In this episode of On Point Adventures, we will talk with Will from Billow's Ear Fine Guns and Shotgun Reloading. Josh will take us through an exercise on the hold table, and then south to Okotoks, Alberta, for Jason and Nick's first pheasant hunt.
Wake up, get the coffee on, get out of bed, bring the guns and the dogs down the back road. This is On Point Adventures. Get the shotguns check, decoys check, dogs lined up.
This season, On Point Adventures is proud to be teamed up with Bone and Biscuit in Grand Prairie. For all of your dog's needs, visit Bone and Biscuit in the Westgate Plaza. There are many types of upland birds to pursue, including sharptail, Hungarian partridge, ruffed grouse, and woodcock. But none of these have captured the attention of hunters quite like the Chinese ring-necked pheasant. The explosion of a flush bird causes men and women all over the globe to spend millions of dollars and travel thousands of miles in pursuit of this elusive bird. Even the South Dakota Department of Tourism estimates pheasant hunting generates $223 million in retail economic impact annually. So we decided to pack our gear, our dogs, and join the hunt.
Hey guys, Sharon and Jason here, and we're going to talk to you about boys' trip to Okotoks this last year. So everybody wanted to go down for pheasants, and we decided to go down by Frank Lake. And as the plans progressed and stuff like that, of course, the trip ended up being during the week, and the only people that could go was the boys.
So this is my first time hunting over pointing dogs, and it was quite an experience. It was fun to watch the dogs work, get on their scent trails, and actually lock right in on point whenever they were on a bird.
All right, so you guys get there, and you finally get some sleep and whatever, because you guys rolled in late, and then got a chance to get out first thing in the morning. So how did that go?
Well, it went really well. We got on a few birds first thing in the morning. It was more or less playtime for the puppy, and Cricket kind of got to show her what to do. And Rye ran over a couple pheasants and a few huns, and after a while we actually let her have a nap in the truck, and yeah. So
of course I could only be on this adventure via the footage that you guys brought back, but it looks like you guys had fun. A few sociables had at Brown's Social House down there, so that looked like an interesting time trying to film in there. But other than that, the other cool thing that you guys got to do was go visit Will at Billow's Ear Fine Guns and check out some of the really cool imports he brings in, including a 10 gauge you were a little excited about.
It was nice.
First of all, Jason tells me he's a 10 gauge aficionado, and so I'm going to show him the Spanish 10 gauge by Ugartechea. It's about 10 pounds. Double barreled, obviously. It killed a bunch of snow geese just last week, and it's designed specifically to be well balanced, fairly quick, but also terrifically effective at range.
Yeah, very nice.
How's that fit your cheek, Jason?
Oh, very, very perfect. Yeah, I really enjoyed this one.
There's a few things about it that you should notice. First of all, it's got a full pistol grip, and because when you're goose shooting, this has got fairly coarse checkering, so you can wear gloves. And it has a full beaver tail forend, because if your barrels heat up, you don't want to be holding hot barrels. And double triggers, partly because Ugartechea does really good double triggers, but the other reason is that there are occasions when you have a long shot and you can switch to it without thinking about it by just going to your back trigger. A bit of a recoil pad because 10s do tend to be a bit punishing. And of course it's got real case hardening and all those good things about it. And it comes with fixed chokes. The next piece we have is an over-under. And Nick was admiring this one. This is a personal gun.
Come on in here, Nick.
I got into, well, the owner of the factory was very kind. He gave me exhibition grade wood, which cost a fair bit extra.
It's very beautiful for sure.
But the pricing on it's quite reasonable if you get just the standard wood. It's about $3,000. It has really nice engraving, full coverage engraving. This is Belozer Prestige Special, by the way.
Okay.
Right here, you can see Belozer Prestige Special, Canada.
Oh, there you go.
It's made exclusively for us and exclusively for Canada. Dare I admit, I've got American cousins that, I want one of those. And I go, well, if you come up here and buy it from me and figure out how to take it home, you can get one, but you can't buy them anywhere else.
That's cool.
This has a Prince of Wales stock. And yes, I know people go, oh, you've got a sling on it, that's awful. And I go, well, the Europeans always put slings on their guns. And it took them a while to learn that Canadians as a group don't like them.
Mm-hmm.
And since this was one of the earlier guns I got from them, the sling swivels were on it. And I've discovered that when you're in a marsh especially, it's really handy to be able to just throw it over your shoulder when you're trying to
It is.
pick up things.
Well, especially if you're carrying a couple dozen decoys with you too.
Yeah. This one here is modern in the sense it's got gold-plated single selective, ejectors, and choke tubes.
Mm-hmm.
And
So those ones are screw-in choke tubes
Yes.
compared to the fixed.
yeah, this comes with 5 chokes.
Oh wow.
And so it's cylinder, improved cylinder, modified, improved, modified, full. So it's good for any situation.
Yep.
And you just got to remember to bring your choke wrench. But I think you were admiring that one from afar, and because we're relatively close in height, that one's probably
It's
a good
very
fit.
nice, for sure. Nice and balanced.
That's another thing that Fair does, as well as Ugardagia, but these two manufacturers are very meticulous about things like balance and fit and finish.
Mm-hmm.
And the balance is right on the hinge pin. So that
Okay.
means that the gun, when it's in your hands, is balanced really
Right
well,
there, right there,
very
yeah.
quick, and really well balanced to your shots when you're not thinking. Your best shots are when you don't think about it too
Mhm.
much, and that's what this does for you. One last little detail is that, again, these are regulated, same point of aim at about 40 meters, but they have also a design parameter. These guns are made for 40,000 rounds,
Okay.
which means that you have to put 40,000 rounds through them before they start to be worn out.
Unreliable, yeah.
And they also have detachable hinge pins, so that means when they do get to that point where they're starting to creep off face,
Mm-hmm.
you can get another set of hinge pins, they go back on face, and you get another 10,000 rounds out.
Supreme Diesel Performance has years of experience and knowledge to help you with the right parts for your truck. We carry a wide array of stock and performance parts from leading manufacturers such as ATS, BD Diesel, DFC engines, fast fuel systems, and many, many more. We ship from 6 U.S. warehouses and 2 Canadian warehouses. So visit us at supremedieselperformance.com and let us serve you.
Doing this exercise, we're going to teach the dog the hold command. It's really easy, and it's really easy to do on a table. So all I'm going to do is put him in a stand position, River stand. Make sure he's comfortable, and issue the command. River hold. You don't want your dog to move at all during this, so I'm just going to support his head until I feel comfortable he's not going to move. If he moves, I'm going to place him right back where he started. Hold. 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 Good. Hold. Every time he moves, just place him back. Hold. Good boy. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get him to do this, we're gonna release him, and we're gonna do it 2 or 3 times after just to make sure he's got it. You don't wanna repeat an exercise any more than that because they're gonna get bored. You're gonna have a hard time keeping them focused. River, hold. 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 So now that he's comfortable, I'm gonna try and step away from him. River, hold. 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 Attaboy. Hold. Hold. So we'll just place him back. So never step too far away from your dog where you can't enforce the command. You always want to be in control of the situation, or he's going to win and you're going to lose. It's going to be a long battle. River, hold. It's nice, as you can see, he's got a distraction. He's looking around, not moving his feet. That's exactly what I want. Hold. Good boy. Good boy. So these are exercises that you want to do 2 to 3 times a week. Mix them up. Have some fun with them. Hold. Good. Hold. I don't need a chain or a collar or anything to do this exercise. I want the dog to do it willingly. I don't want to have to fight with leashes and chains and collars and everything else. This is just a fun exercise we do to keep the dog in the same position. It's going to be an exercise and a command that you need out in the field. You absolutely cannot work birds with a dog unless you have this down to a science. Hold. Hold. Every time he's moved, I put his feet back in the same spot. Good boy. Good boy. Okay, it's time to release him. Let him have some fun. Okay, buddy. Good boy. Attaboy. Attaboy. So just keep these exercises fun for both you and the dog, and you're going to be really successful. Okay?
When you're looking for sharp-tailed grouse in southern Alberta, you should remember 3 things about them. First thing, they don't particularly like cultivated areas. They like native prairie, they like foothill country, they like grass, but the whole point is that they don't like to be out in cultivated fields like huns and pheasants. The second thing is they eat a lot of different foods. They'll eat grasshoppers, they'll eat Saskatoon berries, they'll even eat these wax berries, which are inedible for humans, but when you're hunting sharptail, you'll find their crops full of them and they're all over the place. Another thing about sharptails, if you want to find them, is that remember that they're a flock bird. If you see one, you're going to see a lot of others. You just have to figure out where they are. And they are really flighty early season when it's warm. They'll flush at 100 yards, which makes it pretty tough to get them. But as the weather gets colder and snowier, they become more and more steadfast on point.
So when we first got the Okotoks, Nick, what we did is we let your puppy out of the truck.
Yeah. Yeah, she was super excited. This was kind of her first ever real hunt that we ever took her on, especially when it comes to upland. So.
And she'd been cooped up in the truck for 8 hours at least, and we got to this location. We didn't really know the area, so we just decided to let both dogs out and see what we can do to find some birds. So what was your interpretation of that?
It's always fun to see Rye bounding around and stuff, doing her thing. Yeah, but unfortunately she's just pretty green when it comes to uplands, so she actually ended up running over a bird. She was obviously on the scent, but she just never occurred to her to stop or anything. She kind of hit it and flushed it.
Yeah, what was really neat from my angle is it happened by me, and Cricket actually found the bird and locked on point, and Rye come in there just like a freight train.
Happens fast, doesn't it?
One of the things we do is I typically don't tell people to shoot over a flush bird like that, but since we had a puppy, it was a good opportunity if we did get it down to get her on that bird and see what she would do with it. We didn't end up shooting it, but all in all.
No, but still experience for Rye. It's her first ever pheasant encounter anyway, so after that she kind of figured it out and knew what to look for anyway.
So once we got Rye, some of her energy run off, Cricket had come into point on birds and then Rye was running around, so I got you to get a handle on Rye and bring her back. So why don't you explain that?
Basically the whole reason for that is she's a brand new puppy when it comes to bird or upland hunting anyway, so Had to grab her and get her a little more control so that you can slowly ease her into it and get her close to a bird, and then you kind of train her that way to when she gets really close to a bird, she actually goes on point instead of just going in and flushing and chasing the bird.
So Jay, we let Rye and Cricket run around. Rye burned off some energy, kind of got into some birds there, and we decided to put her away so we didn't run her too hard. We gave her a drink, and then we pulled Cricket out by herself, and we really wanted to find out where the birds were on this preserve. So we went for about an hour and a half, and all of a sudden Cricket turned on. So tell me from your point of view.
Yeah, all of a sudden, like I said, he said we were an hour down the trail probably, and Cricket started getting really birdy and nose right to the ground and slowed right up, and we knew we were on the trail of something. We just weren't sure what at this point.
Yeah, so we got into this tree line and we kind of broke up, and me and you stayed down on the bottom, and Nick was up top, and Cricket went on point, and you were kind of ahead of me. So what happened was these birds were running. We didn't even know what they were yet. We hadn't seen anything.
Yeah,
So,
turns out it was a covey of Huns, and they were running ahead of her until we kind of almost had them trapped, and for whatever reason, they flushed. They broke off probably 150 yards, and we decided to take off on foot again after them and try to catch up.
yeah, it was really cool. I mean, there was I don't know, 15 or 20 Huns in that covey, which was really nice to see. So we actually had to go downwind to where they landed. I think Nick was the one that watched them land. He was up top.
Yeah.
And chase was on again.
So after we took off after the covey of Huns, we never actually caught back up to them, but we figured this was as good a time as any to carry on and discover or explore the property a little bit more. And yeah, the next day we ended up going for lunch with Will and trying a new game plan.
This is On Point Adventure.
Hi, I'm Dave from Red Wing Shoes here in Grand Prairie, Alberta. When you're working hard, you need a good pair of boots that can keep up. Red Wing boots are handcrafted using only premium leather products to create the highest quality of boot possible. When you walk into our store, you will be greeted by our friendly staff who will help you find the perfect boot for your specific needs. When you're in Grand Prairie, Alberta, stop by our store and enjoy great customer service and high quality footwear.
So after a morning of what turned out to be more of a scouting mission, the boys decided to take a break and go for lunch. While on lunch, Will gets a phone call from a friend saying he knows where the Huns are. So the boys pack up their stuff and head out to the cornfield.
So we know, push through some corn. Still haven't found anything. Hopefully we can find them Huns up on this closer to the road here, I guess. Maybe they push that way.
We go down near the end, have a man come in about 40 yards, 30 yards from the outside edge, and spread ourselves a bit further, because you came out right here, eh? Spread ourselves a bit further so we're maybe 50 yards apart. I'm guessing that's around 200 yards to the end of the field. But we should be close enough together to A, spook the birds, and B, that if the dogs visit us, if they get a scent, they'll probably put them up.
Well, this one here will definitely flush them up.
That one won't stop. But when people are getting tired, they move faster. They want to get it over with, so they move faster, and that's of course a mistake. Because when you're getting tired, it usually means you're getting near the end of wherever you're hunting, and it's really a good thing to slow down, partly because you're tired and partly because that's your most likely time of getting something.
feeling it was going to happen this time. Too bad I missed.
Come on, fly this way. Did we get any? Yeah, they went back to the road.
Well, as I say, last night when we were packing up, it was getting really cold really fast. So it's going to be like -10. As it turned out, it was -9. That froze up all the small water and gave us this incredible frost this morning.
So we started the hunt that morning and got on some birds really quick. Ended up going ahead of the cameras a bit because Cricket got right on a bird. She smashed on point and ended up flushing one, which I took a couple shots at there. And then out of nowhere, there was another one, must have been right beside it, flushed right over top of my head. And took off. Unfortunately, we didn't get that one, but we got the first one. So. Hey guys, so I just got my first pheasant. Feels great. Definitely never shot one in the wild before, so this is a huge moment in my hunting career. I'm super excited. I'm freaking shivering, so. Not to mention I have one shot over top of me too. Hope we'll have to go after that one also, but yeah, so finally got one here while we're down here around Okotoks. Whoa. That's a gopher hole. Yeah, so you probably just saw me fall into a gopher hole. That's why I wear some 10-inch boots. These are from Red Wing GP. These are some Irish setter boots. I have really bad ankles, so I need lots of ankle support. I probably would have twisted my ankle really bad in that hole. These ones have 1,000 grams of thinsulate. My feet are just nice and toasty on this -7, -8 morning. Yeah, so go to Red Wing GP. So after I got my first bird, we all decided to take a break, get some water in us. But as we were sitting there, we noticed that Cricket was really working again, so we figured she might have been on another bird. So we all got up and decided to follow her a bit.
Yeah, we got up and went back to work right behind her, and it didn't take too long, and she was hunkered back down on point just perfectly. And wasn't long after we had the second bird on the ground.
Nice! 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 Yeah, Jay! Woo! Nice!
Oh, we're out here in Okotoks and I just got my first pheasant. It's a real pretty bird. Let's go get some more.
So it wasn't long after I got my first bird, we carried on down the trail, and a pheasant showed itself in the bulrushes.
Didn't see a point in sending Cricket in there to go on point, being in 3 or 4 foot tall bulrushes, so we just sent her in there to flush the bird up, and ended up 2 popping out. Got the first one the first shot. But
Yeah, and the other one got away. It sure did.
Unfortunately.
Okay, thanks again for watching, and as always, you can find us on Facebook and Instagram.
We'll see you after our next adventure.
the coffee on, get out of bed, bring the guns and dogs down the back road. This is On Point Adventures. Get the shotguns check, decoys check, dogs lined up, put the ducks on the deck for On Point Adventures. This is On.
And we'll see you after our next adventure.
This is where I get all my paper rolls.
That's okay, cause Jason. Oh, see if I can get that out with a straight face.
Yeah, I guarantee it won't be followed up by a straight face.
It was terrific.
That's like Jason.
I know she's got a visual.